Thursday, October 2nd, today on Your Morning Atlantic, Nova Scotia has extended its wildfire season through to the end of October as the Lake George wildfire remains out of control. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And the Orchid Gala, as Women's Health Initiative. It gives us all the details on an upcoming gala that's raising funds in an effort to advance women's health care. That's a little later.
Plus, down here on the farm, we'll bring you Crystal's recent visit to a special place that's helping those struggling with mental health. All those stories and so much more just ahead on the Thursday edition of CTV's Your Morning Atlantic.
Hi. Come on in.
Get on in here.
Get on in this living room. We got room for you. We'll pull up a couple more chairs. You're always welcome to join us. It's exactly 6:01 now. We're so happy you're here. It's Thursday. October 2nd. Good morning to you both. How are you today, Amanda?
Good. Now knowing it's Thursday, do you know how many people said to me on Wednesday that they thought it was Monday, or they said, did you have a good weekend? Because for some it was an extended weekend. I know not all schools. It was a PD day on Monday, yes. But of course for Truth and Reconciliation Day, many people were off on Tuesday. So yes, remembering what day of the week it is, Thursday, October 2nd.
Very good. And you, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Great.
Getting close to the end of the week.
Yeah.
Although it's cold.
It's very,
it is.
This is the question. How cold is it?
It's winter. Outside.
It's winter. Yeah. Official
Grab
report.
your
I would say that is not true.
No, I'm being
been spoiled and it's colder than we're used to.
Yeah, I'm being a little dramatic. I'm always cold anyway, but yes, this morning it is feeling rather cold across the region.
That is the one thing with fall fashion. I find there's that very fine line, at least here on the East Coast, for when you can wear that light jacket versus when, okay, I want to pull out the thicker jacket so I know I'm more comfortable.
Listen, girl, it's pleather weather. I pulled out the pleather
weather.
Pleather weather. When it's pleather weather, you know it's cold out there.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're seeing across the region early this morning. Really cool temperatures starting off your day, so you're going to want to layer up before heading out. And it's also breezy across parts of the region as well, so that's not really helping warm things up.
No, it's not.
No.
Going to be knocking those leaves off the trees.
Yes, but we are under a ridge of high pressure currently, so we're going to see lots of sunshine as the sun begins to rise. As you can see over in Port de Grave, it is a dark start to the day and a cool one, so keep that in mind when heading out. We are going to see pretty seasonal temperatures for much of the region a little bit later on, and that sunshine sticking around for much of the region. As of right now, -3 degrees heading outdoors in Edmundston with 2 into Fredericton, 8 degrees in both Charlottetown and Sydney with 4 in Halifax and 5 into St. John's. Still seeing an air quality statement in effect now extending for Kings and Lunenburg counties, as well as a frost advisory now in effect across Nova Scotia. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. We do have a bit of isolated showers tracking across parts of Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, as well as Newfoundland. That will clear, leaving lots of sunshine in our region. Because of that, we're still talking about the UV index tracking moderate to high across the maritime region. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, it is remaining low to moderate throughout your day. Wind remains out of the north today for the maritime region as of right now. Sustained wind 31 kilometers per hour in North Cape, as well as Canso, 24 in Sydney and Grand Etang. Wind gusts getting up to 35 kilometers per hour right now in Sydney and both Grand Etang. I'll have a look at your long range forecast ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 6:04. In Nova Scotia, more people have been forced to flee their homes as the wildfire near Aylesford continues to grow. The Lake George wildfire in Kings County has grown to 290 hectares and is considered out of control. Officials with DNR said Tuesday they suspect the fire was caused by human activity. One evacuee says he is frustrated that the province lifted the ban on traveling in the forests while the area is still dry.
These woods in Kings County should not have been open. And I'm bitter. Yes, I'm bitter and I'm tense because everything I own is right next to the fire.
A local community center in New Minas is open 24/7 for anyone forced to leave their homes. So far, no homes have been destroyed. Nova Scotia has extended its wildfire season until the end of October. The extension means daily burn restrictions will remain in place across the province through the end of the month, and a total burn ban remains in place in Annapolis County. A fire in River Glade just outside Moncton is now being investigated as suspicious. A barn went up in flames Sunday on Homestead Road. It's been determined the fire was deliberately set. No one was hurt. Several fire departments responded to the blaze. RCMP say this is not the first fire reported in the area. They're asking anyone with video or information to reach out to investigators. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston is in Ottawa today to meet with Prime Minister Mark Carney to discuss energy security and the economic benefits of Nova Scotia's Wind West project. Houston's office issued a statement yesterday highlighting the Wind West mega project and touting its potential to make Nova Scotia a clean energy superpower. Carney's Liberal government recently identified Wind West in a recent nation-building strategy that said the proposal needs more work. NB Power customers could soon pay nearly 5% more for electricity if a rate hike is approved. The utility has applied for the April 1st increase, arguing it needs the money to deal with aging infrastructure and growing debt, which sits at $5.6 billion.
I know that some of our customers will struggle with this rate increase or any rate increase, but we are at a place where in order to continue to provide secure, safe, reliable electricity for New Brunswickers now and into the future, we need to deal with the infrastructure deficit that we have.
Green Party leader David Coon said these hikes are driven by Point Lepreau and that the Premier is going to have to prepare for more energy efficiency programs. The province's energy minister did not offer comment on the rate proposal, only that he will be following what comes next, which is an Energy and Utilities Board hearing on the application. The PEI government has unveiled a new specialty license plate that pays tribute to the Mi'kmaq and their contributions to the island. The new design features a symbol that means the people in the Mi'kmaq language. The announcement was made on Treaty Day. The new specialty license plate will be available October 15th and will cost an extra $10. Finally, there was an important evening for sports fans in one part of the HRM last night. The 2025 induction ceremony for the Sackville Sports Hall of Fame took place last evening. Inductees this year were Steve Bauer for basketball and Steve Brown for lacrosse.
We're a volunteer group, and we've learned so much about our community, about the people that come from here that have been to the Olympics, world champions, Pan American champions, all kinds of individuals, and we want the young people to know the story. Steve Brown has been involved in the lacrosse world here in Nova Scotia and internationally for years. He's developed pretty well lacrosse in Nova Scotia. He's in the Canadian Lacrosse Hall of Fame. Steve Bauer is with Basketball Canada, went to Sackville High, coached at Acadia. He's now coaching our women's Olympic team. He's been to 3 Olympics. Both great builders, great young men. Well, younger than me anyway.
And congratulations from all of us to the inductees.
Love that initiative. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Gosh, I mean, Sackville.
Good things come out of Lower Sackville.
They do.
Graduates of Sackville High, go Kingfishers, go. One of the biggest gyms you'll ever see at a high school, too.
There are many times, and if you go down the halls, you see Amanda's picture. Easy to recognize her because she looks exactly the same.
Yeah, I haven't changed too much. Better control of my curls now, but yeah, no, wonderful congratulations to those athletes.
Duper.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? It's that time of the morning again. We're giving away some money. This is your chance to win. So let's take a peek at today's code word. You can win $20,000.
What you buying today?
Code word, it's holiday. Maybe we'll do a little holiday.
Some Christmas shopping.
Sure, or that kind of holiday.
Right.
Interpret it as you will as your 20 grand. So put that code word in our website, ctvatlantic.ca, or that QR code will lead you right to the contest page. And then tune in again tomorrow, another code word, another chance to win.
Well, anyone with any UK connections, no, you're talking about vacation, you're talking about a holiday.
Yes, that's
Love
right.
that.
Going on holiday.
Yeah, I'm going on holiday.
On holiday. We are not, actually. We're going to stay here all morning long and bring you the information you need to get your day started.
Exactly. I mean, hey, you can take a holiday in Fredericton if you don't live in New Brunswick's capital city. That's where we take a live look this morning. Traffic nice and calm if you do have to leave this early. It is 6:09 on your Thursday morning. Latavia has your first full look at the forecast, and I'll have national news right after this.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:12. We're taking a live look at a very dark start to the day in Halifax. Currently 5 degrees in this area, so just keep that in mind when heading out. It is feeling quite cool right across the board, and it's going to remain that way for this morning, but we will be seeing temperatures warm up a little bit later on, becoming seasonal. As of right now, though, only 1 degree heading outdoors in Labrador City, with 4 degrees into St. John's, 0 starting off your day in Fredericton, 8 degrees right now in Charlottetown and in Sydney. We do have an air quality statement that remains in effect, has extended over Kings and Lunenburg counties today. We're seeing a reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke, so keep that in mind if you are heading out there today. As well as a frost advisory in effect right across Nova Scotia for early Friday morning. We are expecting widespread frost to occur. Over to our forecast timeline. So we do have a bit of isolated showers starting off the day for parts of the Maritime region. Early this morning for parts of Prince Edward Island, Cape Breton. That will clear as we head towards this afternoon. For Newfoundland and Labrador, also seeing a bit of shower activity starting off the day. Will clear for parts of Newfoundland into the afternoon as well, seeing an increase for a chance of showers across parts of Labrador. Into the afternoon, lots of sunshine remains in our forecast, pretty clear skies, and that takes us into tonight, where we are going to see temperatures really cool down yet again. A risk of frost across parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, taking us into early Friday morning. We have another sunny, dry day ahead as we're under this ridge of high pressure over the next couple of days into the weekend. If you are wondering about the precipitation for Newfoundland and Labrador, going to remain quite light, so not really seeing totals over there. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Sunshine across the province today. Highs will range from 14 to 17 degrees, being the warmest into Bathurst. For Prince Edward Island, looking at some isolated showers early in the morning, clearing a little bit later, leaving a mix of sun and cloud for the remainder of the day. Wind remains out of the north, 20 gusting to 40 with a high of 13 degrees. For Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, highs will range from 14 to 16 degrees, being the warmest into Sheet Harbour and Truro. Showers also early this morning, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from 15 to 16 degrees, looking at some showers for mainland Nova Scotia early this morning, clearing out, leaving lots of sunshine into the afternoon. For Newfoundland and Labrador, also the same. We're looking at some showers early in the morning, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 13 degrees in Labrador City, 8 degrees for St. John's. Looking at some precipitation early in the morning, clearing, leaving sunshine into the afternoon. Friday's forecast, much of the same. We're going to see sunny, dry conditions for much of Atlantic Canada. Into Saturday's forecast, we are going to see lots of sunshine remain, but we do have some isolated showers returning for parts of Cape Breton and Prince Edward Island and the northern region of New Brunswick. So that's a look at your weather forecast on this Thursday. We'll throw things over to Amanda for your national, international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. Conservationists and politicians are paying tribute to Dr. Jane Goodall, the famed primatologist who died yesterday of natural causes in California on a speaking tour. She was 91 years old. CTV's Andrew Johnson has more on her legacy.
When a young British woman with a childhood love of primates but little scientific training traveled to Tanzania in 1960, she changed the way we look at chimpanzees.
When I got to Cambridge finally, they were totally horrified. I'd named the chimps instead of numbering them. I talked about them having personalities. I talked about them having minds and being able to have rational thoughts and emotions, happiness, sadness, fear. And all of these things were supposed to be attributes only of humans.
Jane Goodall also discovered chimps, like humans, used tools. She incorporated their distinct personalities and family relationships into her work.
Being out in the wild, you know, back when I dreamed of it, there was nobody doing anything like that.
As her career evolved, Goodall shifted her focus to climate advocacy after witnessing widespread habitat devastation.
To bring up generations of children around the world to be better stewards of the planet and to be more loving of each other.
Her legacy extends across the globe, including Canada. The Jane Goodall Institute's Canadian mandate includes empowering young people and partnering with First Nations.
Jane, in fact, was in Canada just 3 weeks ago, speaking to, thousands and thousands of Canadians, sharing her message of hope.
Goodall married twice and had one son. In 2003, she was appointed a Dame of the British Empire, and she received the U.S. Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2025. And she worked tirelessly well into old age to reach as many people as possible.
As I travel around the world 300 days a year, I meet so many inspiring people doing amazing things. I see areas that we totally destroyed, that given time or some help, once again, nature will flourish.
Goodall never gave up trying to empower people to do their bit, as she called it, believing millions of people making small changes can make a huge difference for the planet.
CTV's Andrew Johnson reporting from Vancouver, and coming up at 6:50, we will share Crystal's 2023 conversation with Dr. Jane Goodall in Halifax. That's coming up at 6:50. To other news now, a brazen shooting in broad daylight has left one person dead and 2 others injured in Quebec. It happened near a popular Laval coffee shop, and officials believe it is linked to organized crime. CTV's Jean-Pierre Beauchemin reports.
Police tape encircled a usually busy strip mall in Laval, north of Montreal, where Starbucks is now a crime scene.
I've never seen an active shooter. I don't even know exactly what happened still yet, but definitely scary.
At 10:34 a.m., as customers grabbed a morning coffee, shots rang out inside the shop. 3 people were hit.
At this moment, there's a man that's deceased. It's a man in his 40s, and there are 2 people that are injured right now, but we don't fear for their lives in this moment.
The investigation has been handed over to the organized crime unit, though police would not confirm multiple reports. A man nicknamed Bobby the Greek, a high-profile organized crime boss, was the target and the person killed. The injured may also have been linked.
We need to maintain pressure on organized crime.
Quebec's public security minister said for now there was no evidence any innocent bystander was caught in the crossfire. Still, the shooting has frightened many in the city.
Unacceptable what we saw today, to have such violence in a public space, in front of families, in front of people. To us, obviously, we don't want this in our city.
The police chief says fighting organized crime is a priority to ensure public security.
We're going to target strategic targets to be sure that the organized crime understand that we're going to be there, we're going to follow them.
That to make people dropping by a coffee shop feel safe. Police haven't made any arrests yet and won't say much about their investigation, only that it is ongoing. Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News, Laval, Quebec.
Stateside, the U.S. government has shut down for the first time in 6 years. And as the blame game in Washington continues, the work of hundreds of thousands of employees has been suspended, disrupting a wide range of services. CTV's Washington Bureau Chief Joy Malbin has more on the impact on Americans and Canadians.
Americans woke up to find tourist attractions and federal government services closed for business. The impact is being felt at airports. Essential workers like TSA agents and air traffic controllers ordered to work without pay.
We're looking for bombs, weapons, stuff like that, and you can't miss, right? So you don't want officers with added stress of how am I going to pay my bills?
Democrats are holding out, calling for the Trump administration to restore health care cuts. Republicans argue that can wait and say vote to fund the government first. As for the U.S. president, he's posting AI memes, mocking Democratic leaders who came to the White House to negotiate.
Don't cop out through a racist and fake AI video. Yeah. When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face.
The vice president laughed it off as just having fun.
If you help us reopen the government, the sombrero memes will stop.
And hanging over it all is Donald Trump's threat of mass firings, getting rid of thousands of federal workers and programs during the shutdown.
We are going to have to lay people off. We're going to have to save money in some places so the essential services don't get turned off in other places.
In the 2019 shutdown, flying travelers, including Canadians, faced long waits at security checkpoints and flight delays. Wall Street shrugged off the shutdown.
What we know is that federal shutdowns always lead to economic effects. And, this could be another nudge towards recession.
Republicans need just 5 Democrats to break ranks, but there are no negotiations and no votes are planned until Friday.
CTV's Joy Melvin reporting in Washington. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, our colleagues at TSN will have your must-see moment. That's just ahead on your Thursday morning.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Good morning. Welcome back. 6:25 now, and time to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hi, everyone. Mark Rowe inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday in Fort. We're going to head to the pitch. Champions League action. Real Madrid taking on Kairat. Beautiful passing from the Spanish side. Rodrigo starts it. Then Arda Güler finishes or lays it off for Kylian Mbappe, who fires it home. That is a beautiful team goal from Real Madrid. Perfect passing and the first touch strike from the Frenchman. His 3rd goal of the match. And that is your must-see moment from Tuesday. Today on TSN, we've got a full day of action from the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Italy takes on Cuba. Spain faces Mexico. It all starts at 2:48 p.m. Central. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
All right, taking a look at our 3-day forecast for today. Lots of sunshine across New Brunswick, a high of 16, dropping down to 2 degrees tonight. And then on Friday, warming back up above seasonal, 20 degrees with sunshine. And then on Saturday, looking at sunshine for much of the province, we do have a chance of isolated showers returning to the north. For Nova Scotia today, some isolated showers for parts of the province early in the morning, clearing out, leaving sunshine with a high of 15. 20 degrees on Friday. Sunshine remains in our forecast for Saturday as well, a high of 21. Evening showers for Cape Breton. Prince Edward Island looking at some isolated showers early this morning, clearing, leaving sunshine with a high of 13. 20 degrees on Friday with sunshine across the island. And then on Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud, isolated showers into the afternoon with a high of 19.
Coming up this half hour, fall is in the air. What's your favorite thing about the season? We want to know in today's Move Morning Chat. That's just ahead on Your Morning Atlantic.
And good morning to you. It is Thursday, 6:30, October the 2nd, 7 o'clock here in Newfoundland and Labrador. Amanda, Crystal, and Latavia with you. And this is the time of year where the colors are just so stunning right now, especially right now. I know we've had conversations on the show that because of the hot and dry conditions, we're seeing the color change earlier than normal this year. Boy, is it stunning. If you do any driving or traveling around the region, it's just a feast for the eyes. I always find I have to remind myself to focus on the road when I'm driving this time of year, because I'm like, look at the leaves.
Oh, I'm distracted as heck.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, it's not just me. Safely driving.
You know what else I love? If you look on the shot, you can't really see it yourself, Latavia, but there's this blue turquoise orb that's right behind your head. It's Saint Latavia. But right now it's not over top of you. But it will be later. We'll all have that moment in a bit. Kind of moves around.
I've noticed it before too.
It's like the moon.
Yeah. The weather goddess.
It is the goddess of weather, exactly. Or your aura is a lovely blue, whatever that means. It means it's a good
Hopefully
thing.
something good.
I think it is.
It means cold.
Yeah, exactly. It means she's cold.
Yeah. Listen, if you're hoping for sweater weather, you're getting it today.
Yeah, it's a mood orb. It's a mood orb. It tells you what the temperature is. Yeah, we love that.
It's definitely a dark start to the day over in Antigonish. We are going to see sunshine in our forecast, but it is quite cool starting off the day. Keep that in mind when heading out. Layer up, because with that breezy winds as well, it's feeling quite cool over there. 9 degrees in Antigonish. 0 in Fredericton, -3 degrees right now in Edmonton, 8 degrees in both Charlottetown and in Sydney, 5 in Halifax and St. John's. We do have an air quality statement that remains in effect, now extending for Kings and Lunenburg counties. A frost advisory right across Nova Scotia for early Friday morning. Over to our satellite and radar, we do have some isolated showers tracking across parts of the Maritime region into Newfoundland as well. We will be seeing that clearing for the most part, leaving sunshine in our forecast. The UV index remains moderate to high throughout the Maritime region. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, due to precipitation tracking across the Labrador, we are going to see it remain low to moderate throughout your day. Wind will be breezy today out of the north. As of right now, 33 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 31 in Canso, 26 in Sydney. One wind gust to notify you of as of right now with 43 kilometers per hour in Canso. We'll pick up into the afternoon for much of the Maritime region. I'll have a look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. And we could use rain. In Nova Scotia, more people have been forced to flee their homes as the wildfire near Aylesford continues to grow. The Lake George wildfire in Kings County has grown to 290 hectares and is still considered out of control. Officials with DNR said Tuesday they suspect the fire was caused by human activity. One evacuee says he is frustrated that the province lifted the ban on traveling in the forest while the area is still dry.
These woods in Kings County should not have been open. And I'm bitter. Yes, I'm bitter and I'm tense because everything I own is right next to the fire.
A local community center in New Minas is open 24/7 for anyone forced to leave their homes. So far, no homes have been destroyed. Nova Scotia has extended its wildfire season until the end of October. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston is in Ottawa today to meet with Prime Minister Mark Carney to discuss energy security and the economic benefits of Nova Scotia's Wind West project. Houston's office issued a statement yesterday highlighting the Wind West mega project and touting its potential to make Nova Scotia a clean energy superpower. Carney's Liberal government recently identified Wind West in a recent nation-building strategy that said the proposal needs more work. NB Power customers could soon pay nearly 5% more for electricity if a rate hike is approved. The utility has applied for the April 1st increase, arguing it needs the money to deal with aging infrastructure and growing debt, which sits at $5.6 billion.
I know that some of our customers will struggle with this rate increase or any rate increase, but we are at a place where in order to continue to provide secure, safe, reliable electricity for New Brunswickers now and into the future, we need to deal with the infrastructure deficit that we have.
Green Party leader David Coon said these hikes are driven by Point Lepreau and that the Premier is going to have to prepare for more energy efficiency programs. The province's energy minister did not offer comment on the rate proposal, only that he will be following what comes next, which is an Energy and Utilities Board hearing on the application. A bar fight in Halifax over the weekend has caught the attention of Hollywood celebrity media giant TMZ. This is a look at one of the punches that were thrown, which kicked off the physical altercation. It happened at the Pint on Argyle Street and involved security for an artist who performed at the Magnetic World Music Festival over the weekend. The Kid Laroi from Australia made an appearance with his team when fists started flying. The young men, who each took some blows, tell CTV News it all started after one of them put a cell phone up in the air to take a photo of the Aussie star. Adding to the confusion, the 22-year-olds are off-duty security guards themselves who work at the establishment. CTV News made numerous inquiries to the Kid Laroi's agent. We are still waiting for a response. The Canada Post strike, now entering its second week, has Canadians once again scrambling to figure out how to pay bills, get invoices, and government checks. Charities are especially concerned. Many of them depend heavily on donations at this time of year.
Kind of came out of the blue, this strike, and we sort of have been working on plans for our year-end mailing. It's the time of year that a lot of donors give.
And those people that are affected by this, they need to put the pressure on their MPs and the corporation.
In a letter to Canadians Wednesday afternoon, the president of the corporation said the post office's annual billion-dollar losses are simply not sustainable and will have to be leaner going forward. The PEI government has unveiled a new specialty license plate that pays tribute to the Mi'kmaq and their contributions to the island. The new design features a symbol that means the people in the Mi'kmaq language. The announcement was made on Treaty Day. The new specialty license plate will be available October 15th and will cost an extra $10. Finally, a small group of volunteers rallied together to help free a deer in British Columbia.
It was emotional. There was random people walking by that were moved to tears. Super cool.
They met in Victoria to look for a deer that's been roaming the area, tangled up in netting. They say they spent 6 hours finding and keeping watch of the animal while waiting for help to arrive. The blogger is hoping people will consider taking down any sport netting in their yard when it's not being used to prevent more cases like this one. Again, this happening in BC. Happy ending in the end. Poor thing.
Good reminder.
Look at it.
Yeah, a good reminder that being kind to animals is a gift to the animal and a gift to our earth.
Exactly.
And that is exactly the kind of thing Jane Goodall would have loved to see, that we are taking care of our creatures. The famed primatologist, anthropologist, and conservationist has died. The Jane Goodall Institute confirmed her death on Instagram, saying Goodall died of natural causes.
How hopeful are you that humanity will take action collectively and move swiftly enough to save the planet?
That's why I'm still aged 89, traveling the world 300 days a year, which is very exhausting. But after people come to my lecture, they so often come up to me and say, you know, I'd given up, but now I promise I'll do my bit.
So that's a little snippet from an interview. I had the pleasure of meeting Jane Goodall in 2023. And when she speaks of the 300 days traveling, she actually was in California. She was set to speak, and she vowed that she'd use her last breath to continue to encourage all of us to rally together to save the planet. She believed it was possible. And she wants us all to, she says, together we can, together we must. That's her motto. And I believe what she's trying to say there is that all of us can do a part, whether it is being kind to an animal, being kind to a stranger, donating to charity, doing what you can to make your footprint on the planet a little bit less. She was 91 years old, and she died doing what she loved. And I just found that kind of dedication so inspiring and so rare.
It's true, and in fact, it inspired our camera operator at the time, who was behind the lens of the camera for that interview. And that was such a special interview that you did 2 years ago. So we're going to bring that interview back in memory of Jane Goodall. That's going to be coming up at 6:50. We are going to take a quick break, and Latavia will have the latest look at the forecast. Also, we're going to talk about our Move Morning Chat. We want to hear your input on this. What's your favorite thing about fall? Pumpkins, leaves, crisp air. There's a list, you know, for what's making the top favorites for the season. That's coming up in the Move Morning Chat. It is 6:40.
Happy Thursday, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 6:43, a very cool start to the day, to say the least, at least. Well, make sure to bundle up when heading outdoors. It's going to warm up a little bit later on, and we're going to see sunshine in our forecast, but it's feeling quite brisk for parts of the region. As of right now, -3 degrees heading outdoors in Edmonton, 0 in Fredericton, 8 degrees in both Charlottetown and Sydney, 5 starting off your day in Halifax and into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have an air quality statement that remains in effect, now extending for Kings and Lunenburg counties, seeing a reduction in local air quality, as well as a frost advisory in effect for early Friday morning right across Nova Scotia. Over to our forecast timeline. We are going to see sunshine early this morning, but also seeing a bit of precipitation tracking across parts of the Maritime region as well as parts of Newfoundland. Into the afternoon, we are going to see that clear out. Lots of sunshine for much of the region. We do have some showers tracking across parts of Labrador. And then into the evening and overnight hours, much of the same. We're really cool temperatures tonight. A risk of frost across parts of New Brunswick as well as across Nova Scotia. Bringing us into early Friday morning, we do have lots of sunshine yet again as we're under this ridge of high pressure, and temperatures will warm up above seasonal again. If you're wondering about the precipitation for Newfoundland and Labrador, going to remain quite light across both those provinces. So for forecast today for New Brunswick, highs will range from 14 to 17 degrees, being the warmest to Bathurst. Lots of sunshine across the province and light wind. For Prince Edward Island, looking at a high of 13 degrees today. Isolated showers early this morning, clearing a little bit later this morning, leaving a mix of sun and cloud for the remainder of the day, wind gusts getting up to 40. For Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, highs between 14 to 16 degrees. Showers starting off the day, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, much of the same expected. Isolated showers early this morning for mainland Nova Scotia will clear, leaving sunshine with highs between 15 to 16 degrees. For Newfoundland and Labrador, a high of 13 degrees today. Showers starting off the day, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Also seeing some precipitation early this morning for St. John's, but will clear, leaving sunshine into the afternoon, a high of 8. So for our forecast on Friday, sunny, dry conditions remain. We're going to see temperatures really begin to warm up yet again. And then heading into the weekend, much of the same expected. We do have some isolated showers for parts of Cape Breton, Prince Edward Island, and the northern region of New Brunswick. Also seeing some shower activity for parts of Newfoundland. But other than that, sunshine remains yet again. So that's a look at your weather forecast on this Thursday. Now we'll head over to the Move Morning Chat.
Good morning, and we are falling for fall. That's the topic of the Move Morning Chat. What is your favorite thing about the fall season? Erin, you start.
Yeah, well, listen, we've been discussing this with our listeners because it is October and there's a new ranking out about the best things about fall. People are sharing their opinions online. Just off the bat, I'm going to let you know that the #1 thing on the list is autumn leaves, followed by crisp air, followed by comfortable clothes. And that's where I fall in. My favorite thing about fall, I know this is simple, is hoodies. It's hoodie season. I love being outdoors, walking around. You throw a hoodie on, you're not too warm. It's just the best thing about fall, in my opinion. I know it's simple, but it's true. Peters, I mean...
It's kind of personal when it comes right down to it, but I think maybe folks can relate to this as well, especially if they have a wood stove in their home, which we have in our basement. And that first fire, which we haven't had yet of the fall, you put on a fire in the wood stove, the dampness comes out of the house, you feel, you can smell the wood burning, and then it just starts to warm up in the house. And there's no feeling like it. So my personal favorite thing about fall is that first wood stove fire of the season.
That's a good one. What about you, Amanda?
Ooh, nice and toasty. Love the sweater weather. Love fall fashion.
Yes.
That's a big one. But I have to say, above all, it's pumpkin everything.
Yes.
I do love baking, but I find the summer months, it's just a little too hot to bake. So I love getting back into the comfort of baking again in the fall season. The smells you get from that, making a pumpkin bread, pumpkin soup, pumpkin everything. Now, Latavia, this is the season you shine.
Yes, I love the spooky season, but I'm with Erin on comfy clothes and wearing Uggs. I live in Uggs all the time. So when I can break them out again, I'm happy.
In fact, during the commercial break, I'm going to tell you she was wearing Uggs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can confirm this.
Spoiler alert.
Well, we want to know from our viewers what their favorite thing about fall is. Let us know. What's your favorite thing about the fall season? Text us at 10400. Remember that standard messaging and data rates apply. Tributes are pouring in after world-renowned conservationist and activist Jane Goodall passed away at the age of 91 yesterday.
I had the pleasure of meeting Jane Goodall when she visited Halifax in 2023. It's a day our crew will never forget. She was very generous with her time because she vowed to use her last breath to encourage all of us to do what we can to make the planet a better place for the people and animals who depend on it. Here's a portion of our interview that day.
It has been nearly 63 years since she arrived in Gombe Stream National Park to begin what would become groundbreaking research on wild chimpanzees. Dr. Jane Goodall, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Now, it has been about 6 decades since you first arrived in Africa. Does it seem like it was 6 decades ago, or are the memories still fresh with you today?
Well, when I saw the last geographic film, the one called Jane, it was so nostalgic. I mean, it took me right back. And I think since that film, I've thought about it more often. It was so different then. And I knew those chimpanzees, I mean, literally almost like part of the family.
There's a video that you have mentioned as being one of your favorites, and it shows you and your team taking a chimp that was rescued by your team named Wounda. And when you arrive on site at the sanctuary, they open the little cage that Wounda traveled in to get to the site. And her reaction surprised us all.
Well, it was very strange, particularly because I met her that day for the very first time. So I sat next to her on the boat, which took her to the island. I mean, she was surrounded by people she knew, but she must have wondered what on earth was happening. And then when she came out of the cage, she first went to Rebecca Atencia, who's our wonderful manager of the sanctuary and a veterinarian. Then she climbed onto the cage and she looked around and did a double take and just came to me and enfolded me in this extraordinary embrace. It wasn't the normal quick chimp hug. It was a very gentle, and as she looked around at this strange new world, it was one of the most amazing things that's ever happened to me.
How hopeful are you that humanity will take action collectively and move swiftly enough to save the planet?
That's why I'm still aged 89, traveling the world 300 days a year, which is very exhausting. But after people come to my lecture, they so often come up to me and say, you know, I'd given up, but now I promise I'll do my bit. It's the same with the books I've written, which all have hope in the title. Because without hope, we fall into apathy and do nothing. And then we're doomed. So we know what we need to do. We have the tools to do it. Do we have the will?
I want to talk about, you are 89, you turned 89 last month, and here you are still traveling the world. Most people wouldn't be able to keep up with that kind of schedule. I have a question for you, and I'm curious, what would be the perfect age for you to live to?
Well, sometimes I wish I'd died tomorrow. You know, having this feeling of being here with a mission.
Yes.
To give people hope. It's a big responsibility. And sometimes, you know, I look around at what's going on in the world. You can't look at what's going on around the world and not feel depressed. It's not possible, if you really think about it. I see humanity at the mouth of a very, very long, dark tunnel. And right at the end of that tunnel is a little star, and that's hope. But it's no good sitting at the mouth of the tunnel and hoping the star will come. No, we've got to roll up our sleeves, climb over, crawl under, work around all the obstacles that lie between us and the star, like climate change, loss of biodiversity, poverty, where people destroy the environment to survive. I just like everyone to remember that every day they're on this planet, they make some difference, and to choose wisely what difference they make.
Just a beautiful interview from 2023. Happening now in local news, Nova Scotia has extended its wildfire season until the end of October. This as more people have been forced to leave their homes as the wildfire near Aylesford continues to grow. Also, Wind West, Nova Scotia's Premier Tim Houston is in Ottawa today, meeting with Prime Minister Mark Carney to discuss energy security and the economic benefits of the province's Wind West project. Plus, NB Power customers could soon pay nearly 5% more for electricity if a rate hike is approved. We'll have those details coming up in your local news headlines. But first, it's a look at the 3-day forecast with Latavia. Thursday, October 2nd. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, rate hike proposal. If NB Power gets its way, customers will be paying nearly 5% more for electricity. Your top news headlines just ahead.
Coming up this half hour, a groundbreaking tool. We'll get the details on this year's Orchid Gala, raising money to help support a surgical robot for the QE2 Health Sciences Center. That conversation in 15 minutes here on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday, this cold Thursday morning. It is cool, though.
It is.
Maybe I'm being a little dramatic, but it is cool outside.
Oh, I put on a winter coat, or my fall into winter coat. I have a lot of coats, so I picked the weight for today.
Yeah, the thicker one, maybe that thicker sweater. You're like, oh, it's been a little bit too warm. I don't know if I can pull out that fall sweater yet. Today is the day. Or those cozier socks, perhaps even those thicker boots. But regardless,
maybe some gloves.
Layers. Oh, the gloves.
You're all walking
light gloves, right?
You walking the dog this morning for sure.
Oh my goodness, I almost blew away this morning. It was so cold. Yeah, it was very windy and cool early this morning and dark as per usual nowadays.
Yes.
But we are going to see sunshine. Temperatures will slowly warm up. Seasonal today.
Okay.
So in the next couple of days, we are going to see another warm up above seasonal. So things will be heating back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to gradually taper off into these cold temperatures. Where are we now? Where's this?
Yarmouth.
Oh gosh, Yarmouth. Waking up, Yarmouth. Good morning, Yarmouth.
Good morning.
Fishers are always up early, that's for sure.
That is very true. Currently 6 degrees over in Yarmouth, a dark start to the day. We are going to see sunshine in your area a little bit later on. As of right now, 5 degrees in Halifax with 8 in Sydney as well as into Charlottetown. 0 starting off your day in Fredericton, 1 in Labrador City, and 5 into St. John's. An air quality statement now in effect for Kings and Lunenburg counties, as well as a frost advisory right across Nova Scotia for early Friday morning. Taking a look at our satellite and radar, we are going to see lots of sunshine in our forecast, but also seeing some isolated showers tracking across parts of the Maritimes and Newfoundland. Because of the sunshine, still keeping an eye on the UV index. It remains moderate to high across the Maritime region, and then for Newfoundland and Labrador, tracking low to moderate throughout your day today. In terms of the wind, it remains out of the north this morning. As of right now, 33 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 31 in Canso with 26 into Sydney. Only 1 wind gust at this time, 43 kilometers per hour in Canso. I'll have another look at your long-range forecast ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. In Nova Scotia, more people have been forced to flee their homes as the wildfire near Aylesford continues to grow. The Lake George wildfire in Kings County has grown to 290 hectares and is considered out of control. Officials with DNR said Tuesday they suspect the fire was human-caused. One evacuee says he is frustrated that the province lifted the ban on traveling in the forests while the area is still dry.
These woods in Kings County, should not have been open. And I'm bitter. Yes, I'm bitter and I'm tense because everything I own is right next to the fire.
A local community center in New Minas is open 24/7 for anyone forced to leave their homes. So far, no homes have been lost. Nova Scotia has extended its wildfire season until the end of October. The extension means daily burn restrictions will remain in place across the province through the end of the month, and a total burn ban remains in place in Annapolis County. In New Brunswick, a fire in River Glade, just outside of Moncton, is now being investigated as suspicious. A barn went up in flames Sunday on Homestead Road. It's been determined the fire was deliberately set. No one was injured. Several fire departments responded to the blaze. RCMP say this is not the first fire reported in the area. They're asking anyone with information or video to reach out to investigators. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston is in Ottawa today to meet with Prime Minister Mark Carney to discuss energy security and the economic benefits of Nova Scotia's Wind West project. Houston's office issued a statement yesterday highlighting the Wind West mega project and touting its potential to make Nova Scotia a clean energy superpower. Carney's Liberal government recently identified Wind West in a recent nation-building strategy that said the proposal needs more work. NB Power customers could soon pay nearly 5% more for electricity if a rate hike is approved. The utility has applied for the April 1st increase, arguing it needs the money to deal with aging infrastructure and a growing debt, which sits at $5.6 billion.
I know that some of our customers will struggle with this rate increase or any rate increase, but we are at a place where in order to continue to provide secure, safe, reliable electricity for New Brunswickers now and into the future, we need to deal with the infrastructure deficit that we have.
Green Party leader David Coon said these hikes are driven by Point Lepreau and that the Premier is going to have to prepare for more energy efficiency programs. The province's energy minister did not offer comment on the rate proposal, only that he will be following what comes next, which is an Energy and Utilities Board hearing on the application. The PEI government has unveiled a new specialty license plate that pays tribute to the Mi'kmaq and their contributions to the island. The new design features a symbol that means the people in the Mi'kmaq language. The announcement was made on Treaty Day. The new specialty license plate will be available October 15th and will cost an extra $10. Some exciting news for hockey fans on PEI as the top Junior A teams in Canada are coming to Summerside.
So to see them reach this pinnacle.
The 2026 Centennial Cup is heading to the island next spring. The Summerside Western Capitals of the Maritime Junior Hockey League will host the tournament in May. The city has hosted the top teams in Junior A hockey 3 other times, most recently in 2013. The tournament begins at Consolidated Credit Union Place on May 7th. An important evening for sports fans in one part of the HRM. The 2025 induction ceremony for the Sackville Sports Hall of Fame took place last night. Inductees this year were Steve Bauer for basketball and Steve Brown for lacrosse.
We're a volunteer group, and we've learned so much about our community, about the people that come from here that have been to the Olympics, world champions, Pan American champions, all kinds of individuals, and we want the young people to know the story. Steve Brown has been involved in the lacrosse world here in Nova Scotia and internationally for years. He's developed pretty well lacrosse in Nova Scotia. He's in the Canadian Lacrosse Hall of Fame. Steve Bauer is with Basketball Canada, went to Sackville High, coached at Acadia. He's now coaching our women's Olympic team. He's been to 3 Olympics. Both great builders, great young men, well, younger than me anyway.
And a big congratulations to all the inductees. And we're keeping the sports theme going now to a special moment on the green for this New Brunswick father and son, and it's a moment they won't soon forget.
Yes! Yes! Oh! No, it didn't! No, it didn't! No, it didn't!
Look at him go!
Yeah, it did. 14-year-old Jax was golfing with his dad, Derek, when he got his first hole-in-one at New Brunswick's Hillsborough Golf Club Tuesday. You can just hear the joy. Dad shared the video with us and said it was an unreal feeling that he may have been more excited than Jax when it happened. Look at him running.
Yes!
Go, Jax!
No. Is it
Where's,
in?
Is it in?
Yeah,
Is it
checking.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Oh, what? I'm so glad they got it on video.
I know, that's incredible.
Incredible. Wow. What a day for the family. This is so rare for anybody to happen in a lifetime.
Right?
Wow.
Look at the joy on Dad's. Look at that.
It's so fun to share this moment with these two people at a special. Oh, but Jax literally rolling around on the ground with joy.
I know. Isn't that cool? And like 10 out of 10, 10 TV points for Derek for filming in the right direction for our purposes.
Yeah, no.
But to capture that whole moment together.
And the chance that it went in.
I
Even
know.
if you were trying to get it directly in the hole, like nearly impossible. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so thanks to Derek, he sent us an email and said, I've got a video of this happening. We're like, tell us more.
Yeah, we want to know.
So cool. All right, still ahead on this show, Latavia has your forecast on this October 2nd. Also, too, coming up after a look at national news, raising funds for an impressive robotic surgical system. Look how cool this is. That's the goal of this year's Orchid Gala to improve women's health at the QE2 in Halifax and throughout Nova Scotia. Those details still ahead in this half hour.
Welcome back. The time now is 7:12 and pretty clear skies starting off the day over in Lunenburg. Lots of sunshine today. Currently 9 degrees in your area. It is feeling quite cool for much of Atlantic Canada this morning. Make sure to layer up before heading outdoors. We are going to see temperatures warm up a little bit later, but going to remain quite seasonable today. So not as warm as we saw even the last few days. As of right now, though, very cold in Edmonton with -4 degrees. -2 starting off your day in Fredericton. A bit warmer over in Charlottetown and Sydney with 8 degrees. And 4 in this morning for Halifax and St. John's. We do have an air quality statement in effect now extending over to Kings and Lunenburg counties. This is throughout the day today. Keep that in mind if you are heading out, as well as a frost advisory in effect for early Friday morning right across Nova Scotia. Lots of sunshine early this morning. We do have some isolated showers tracking across parts of Cape Breton Island, across parts of Prince Edward Island as well, and then Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. We'll be seeing precipitation on and off throughout the day today, but still going to see that sunshine tracking right across Atlantic Canada. Into our evening hours and early Friday morning, it's going to remain quite clear. We are going to see a risk of frost develop across New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, taking us into Friday. Sunny, dry conditions remain as we remain under this ridge of high pressure, seeing temperatures really begin to warm up yet again into Friday for our daytime highs. If you're wondering about the precipitation for Newfoundland and Labrador, going to remain quite light, not really seeing any totals over there. And for our forecast today for New Brunswick, lots of sunshine remains in our forecast, highs between 14 to 16 degrees. And for Prince Edward Island, a high of 13 across the province. Showers early this morning already clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Wind gusts getting up to 40. And for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, much of the same expected as well. We are going to see a bit of precipitation early in the morning that will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon. Wind gusts also getting up to 40 kilometers per hour. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, looking at highs between 15 to 16 degrees. Isolated showers early this morning for mainland Nova Scotia, already clearing, seeing lots of sunshine throughout the day. For Newfoundland and Labrador, we are going to expect a few showers early this morning that will clear until the late afternoon, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, high of 13 degrees today, and 8 degrees for St. John's, looking at precipitation early in the morning, clearing, leaving sunshine as well. Sunny, dry conditions for much of Atlantic Canada for Friday's forecast. And then on Saturday, we are going to see sunshine in our forecast yet again for much of the region. But we do have some isolated showers that will return across parts of Prince Edward Island, the northern region of New Brunswick, and also for Cape Breton and parts of Newfoundland. That's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 7:15. Jane Goodall, the famed primatologist, anthropologist, and conservationist, has died. The Jane Goodall Institute confirmed her death on Instagram, saying Goodall died of natural causes.
How hopeful are you that humanity will take action collectively and move swiftly enough to save the planet?
That's why I'm still aged 89, traveling the world 300 days a year, which is very exhausting. But after people come to my lecture, they so often come up to me and say, you know, I'd given up, but now I promise I'll do my bit.
The iconic chimpanzee researcher chatted with our own Crystal Garrett in May of 2023 while visiting Halifax for a speaking engagement, something she didn't stop doing. Goodall died of natural causes while in California on a speaking tour of the United States. She was 91 years old. One man is dead and 2 others injured after a daylight shooting at a coffee shop in Laval, Quebec. Provincial police say the man killed was in his 40s and the other victims are expected to survive. Quebec's public security minister says organized crime is believed to be behind the attack. Laval's police chief says officers have confirmed the victim was known to police. Police say no arrests have been made at this time. The U.S. federal government has been thrown into a shutdown with no easy end or new talks in sight. Democrats have been holding firm to their demands to salvage health care subsidies that President Donald Trump and Republicans in Congress have refused to negotiate into a continuing spending bill. Democrats warn that if those subsidies expire, insurance premiums will surge for millions of Americans. The White House has threatened mass layoffs of federal workers in a matter of days. That is a look at national and international news. When we return, Crystal will have a conversation regarding the Orchid Gala and their latest fundraiser. That's coming up on Your Morning Atlantic.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Your morning just got a whole lot richer as we're giving away $20,000. And it's time for today's code word. Code word today is holiday. Head to the contest page on ctvatlantic.ca or you can scan the QR code on your screen. Enter holiday along with your information for a chance to win Your Morning Atlantic's $20,000 giveaway. Make sure to watch us tomorrow for a brand new code word. We're wishing you good luck. All right, now we're going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thank you, Latavia. It's 7:21. Now, the Orchid Women's Health Initiative has been dedicated to transforming women's health care in our region for the last 3 years. Every year, the organization hosts the Orchid Gala to raise funds for the latest in technology, equipment, and facilities, directly helping to advance women's health care. To learn more about the upcoming fundraiser, we welcome Dr. Gail Darling, Chief of Surgery at Nova Scotia Health Central Zone, and Sherry Morgan, co-chair of the Orchid Gala. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
It is our pleasure to shine a spotlight on this wonderful initiative. And we're going to start with you, Sherry, because you spearheaded the Orchid Women's Health Initiative back 3 years ago. For those at home who aren't familiar, why did you start and what's your mission?
First, it started because our best friend, Deanne Reeve, passed away from a late diagnosis of cervical cancer. And then there was a lot of girls in our group. We were having issues, including myself, that we couldn't get looked at. You know, it was 2 and 3 years before we could get looked at. And then my daughter is one of 3 urogynecologists serving 1 million women of the Maritimes. So I know the struggles that she has. So it was a culmination of all of those things that we thought, we have to do something. We got to help government get something done for women's health.
And in 3 years, it's incredible what the Orchid Gala has been able to accomplish, the Orchid Women's Health Initiative. I will say that the work that they've been able to do, Dr. Darling, you can concur, is it has not only improved healthcare in our region, but it's inspired other regions to pull out the bootstraps and do better. What are we looking to raise, or what are you looking to raise money for this year?
Well, we're looking to raise money for surgical robotics. There are many women who have these cancers that can't have what we call minimally invasive surgery unless it's done by a robot, with the robot. And so if they can't have the robotic surgery, they end up with a big open incision, a week in the hospital as opposed to going home the next day, higher risk of complications. You know, so although the robot may be expensive, you know, we're recovering costs on the other side by saving women staying in the hospital for a week, saving the risk of complications. So it's really enabling technology for women.
So, Sherry, you're looking to raise $1 million at this year's Orchid Gala.
2 million.
2 million.
Yeah, well, once we realized, I mean, government helps us with everything that we're doing with the Orchid Gala. So, like, our first project was the Deanne Reeve Pelvic Health Suite over at the Dartmouth General Hospital, and they came in big time to help us get that done. And it's the same thing with the Da Vinci this year. This is a $10.8 million project, of which government's coming in with 7.
Okay.
You know, we can't thank them enough for what they're doing for women's health. Yeah, so it's $2 million that we're trying to raise, and it's looking pretty good.
And the gala is this Saturday night. How can people watching support in helping you reach your goal fundraising-wise?
Well, you can certainly go to the website, www.theorchidgala.com, and donate. And other than that, you know, it's leaders in the community, it's philanthropists, those type of people come in and buy your table or give whatever donation you want.
Sure.
And, yeah.
And we put the website on ours so people can either get tickets to the gala or make a donation themselves through that website, which is on ours. But Dr. Darling, I'll give we've got about just a few seconds left, but I know that this, even though we're talking about women's health, it is going to improve women's health, but when this Da Vinci robot gets in place, it's going to actually make healthcare better for everybody because it'll attract better talent and also improve wait times for everybody and improve surgical wait times for people. I'm correct in saying that, right?
Yeah, it's as I said, it's enabling technology not only for women's health, but for other subspecialties in surgery, colorectal surgery, thoracic surgery, liver surgery, and even ultimately cardiac surgery. So it really ups everybody's game and allows the surgeon to do a more precise operation, more controlled operation, you know, lower blood loss. It's really quite incredible.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for coming in this morning and shining a spotlight on this initiative.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And now we're going to turn our attention over to Latavia.
Thanks, Crystal. Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, lots of sunshine for New Brunswick today. A cool daytime high of 16 degrees, warming up on Friday with sunny skies and a high of 20 22 degrees on Saturday. We are going to see lots of sunshine for much of the province, isolated showers for the north. For Nova Scotia, looking at some isolated showers early this morning, clearing, leaving sunshine across the province with a high of 15. 20 degrees on Friday with sunshine across the province. And then on Saturday, looking at sunshine, evening showers for Cape Breton. For Prince Edward Island, isolated showers this morning, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 13. We're going to see a warm-up on Friday with sunshine in the forecast. And then on Saturday, a high of 19, isolated showers into the afternoon.
Just ahead this half hour, horses, donkeys, and chickens. Oh my, we're heading to a mental health therapy farm in Lawrencetown, Nova Scotia that's helping others going through a challenging time. That's coming up on Your Morning Atlantic.
Come on in. Halfway through the show. So glad you could join us. Great show today. So much to talk about. So it's really a privilege to get to be here. I know you feel the same way. To spotlight on people who are doing extraordinary things in our region. I mean, we got to chat with Jane Goodall 2 years ago, and what an inspiring woman she is. And I think I will do my best to make the impact I have on the planet a positive one rather than a negative one every day. But Sherry Morgan and Dr. Gail Durling there raising money for the Orchid Gala. It's incredible. Huge. They truly, the work that they have done has improved healthcare for women and others in our region, but also other regions, other parts of the country, even other countries are taking note, saying, wow, what they're doing in Nova Scotia, we could do too.
Exactly.
And it's making it, it's incredible, the impact.
Starting that conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is amazing. And I feel like we get asked this question sometimes, like, when you're doing this job, oh, who's someone really big that you met? Yeah. Or like, what's an interview that really stands out for you? And I always think it's never about the big names of the people you see. It's just the people in our local communities, the fact that we get to highlight them and the good work that they're doing and continue to do to improve the lives of everyone around here. That is truly the best part.
It really is.
About this job, putting that spotlight on people making good change.
For sure. Kim and Blair, Ataraxy Farm, and other people out for a force of good. That's coming up in a little bit.
Looking forward to that.
Looking forward to that as well. It was a fun day at work. Now, it's chilly out there.
It is.
People, if you haven't left the house yet, listen to what this woman is going to tell you.
Grab your winter coat. No, I'm just joking. It's going to be cool, though. It's feeling quite crispy early this morning. Here's a live look at Burnt Coat Head. Beautiful sunrise starting off your day. Sunshine sticking around for much of the region, but it's not helping to warm things up as of yet. We are going to see a warm up a little bit later on, specifically into Friday, but into today, a cool start to the day. -4 right now in Edmundston, -2 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, 4 degrees in Halifax, a bit warmer in Sydney and Charlottetown with 8, and 5 degrees in St. John's. We do have an air quality statement in effect for Kings and Lunenburg counties, as well as a frost advisory across Nova Scotia. And for our satellite and radar, a bit of precipitation for parts of Atlantic Canada early this morning, but will clear, leaving sunshine for much of the region. Because of that, still talking about the UV index, it remains moderate to high throughout your day for the Maritime region. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, tracking low to moderate throughout your day. In terms of the wind, for the Maritime region, will be still out of the north, picking up 37 kilometers per hour this morning in Canso, 31 in North Cape, 17 in Sydney. No wind gusts at this time, but will become quite breezy into the afternoon. I'll have another look at your weather forecast just ahead, but first, another look at your local news headlines.
Thank you so much, Latavia. In Nova Scotia, more people have been forced to flee their homes as the wildfire near Aylesford continues to grow. The Lake George wildfire in Kings County has grown to 290 hectares and is considered out of control. Officials with DNR said Tuesday they suspect the fire was caused by human activity. One evacuee says he is frustrated that the province lifted the ban on traveling in the forest while the area is still dry.
These woods in Kings County, should not have been open. And I'm bitter. Yes, I'm bitter and I'm tense because everything I own is right next to the fire.
A local community center in New Minas is open 24/7 for anyone forced to leave their homes. So far, no buildings have been destroyed. Nova Scotia has extended its wildfire season until the end of October. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston is in Ottawa today to meet with Prime Minister Mark Carney to discuss energy security and the economic benefits of Nova Scotia's Wind West project. Houston's office issued a statement yesterday highlighting the Wind West mega project and touting its potential to make Nova Scotia a clean energy superpower. Carney's Liberal government recently identified Wind West in a recent nation-building strategy that said the proposal needs more work. NB Power customers could soon pay nearly 5% more for electricity if a rate hike is approved. The utility has applied for the April 1st increase, arguing it needs the money to deal with aging infrastructure and growing debt, which sits at $5.6 billion.
I know that some of our customers will struggle with this rate increase or any rate increase, but we are at a place where in order to continue to provide secure, safe, reliable electricity for New Brunswickers now and into the future, we need to deal with the infrastructure deficit that we have.
Green Party leader David Kuhn said these hikes are driven by Point Lepreau and that the Premier is going to have to prepare for more energy efficiency programs. The province's energy minister didn't offer comment on the rate proposal, only that he will be following what comes next, which is an Energy and Utilities Board hearing on the application. The Canada Post strike, now entering its second week, has Canadians once again scrambling to figure out how to pay bills, get invoices, and government checks. Charities are especially concerned right now. Many of them depend heavily on donations at this time of year.
Kind of came out of the blue, this strike, and we sort of have been working on plans for our year-end mailing. It's the time of year that a lot of donors give.
And those people that are affected by this, they need to put the pressure on their MPs and the corporation.
In a letter to Canadians Wednesday afternoon, the president of the corporation said the post office's annual billion-dollar losses are simply not sustainable, and it will have to be leaner going forward. A grocery store in Petitcodiac is coming to the rescue of a competitor. The grocer is delivering food orders to seniors in Salisbury after that town's only grocery store burned down. In the end, people around there say nobody's that surprised.
Small towns, everybody knows everybody, so we all try to help each other out.
I think that's typical of Petitcodiac, just like Salisbury helped Petitcodiac when they had their fire. It's what we communities do back and forth, the two of us. We share here.
Yes, no one's surprised that there is help there. Staff at the Petitcodiac store will take orders from 8 to 5 p.m. daily over the phone. The PEI government has unveiled a new specialty license plate that pays tribute to the Mi'kmaq and their contributions to the island. The new design features a symbol that means the people in the Mi'kmaq language. The announcement was made on Treaty Day. The new specialty license plate will be available October 15th and will cost an extra $10. Staying on the island, exciting news for hockey fans on PEI as the top Junior A teams in Canada are coming to Summerside. The 2026 Centennial Cup is heading to the island next spring. The Summerside Western Capitals of the Maritime Junior Hockey League will host the tournament in May. The city has hosted the top teams in Junior A hockey 3 other times, most recently in 2013. The tournament begins at Consolidated Credit Union Place on May 7th. Something to look forward to.
For sure. The cup itself is quite a thing of beauty. The little,
it really is.
Maybe a buffalo on it. I don't know. I loved it. I'm gonna have to go see that just to look at the cup. I'll get a nice seat near the front.
Exactly.
Well, there's a man in the UK who's following in the footsteps of the late Howard Dill from our region. And Howard Dill became famous for growing giant pumpkins in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Well, Graham Barrett from Gloucester, well, he grows giant vegetables of all kinds. There's his big cucumber.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's already set a world record for the biggest cucumber and biggest pea pod. This year, Graham has his sights set on another record for a cucumber vine measuring more than 6 meters. That's longer than a double-decker bus. And there's his pumpkin. It tips the scales at 362 kilos.
Oh, my gourd.
Oh, my gourd. Howard Dill would be delighted.
He would be. Howard Dill, maritime legend there.
Indeed. You can still get the seeds for his giant vegetables.
Really? Heard that too.
Yep.
It's cool.
Really cool. So many maritimers heading to pumpkin patches too.
Oh, that's
I can't wait.
Tis the season.
Yes. I'll be bringing the boys this year.
Oh, and you know what's the tough part? Choosing which one to go to.
That's true.
That's the heart.
That's true. If only we had time to go to all of them, that would be great.
Oh, could you imagine that? That'd be so much fun. Well, maybe these couples will be doing that as they celebrate. We're going to tell you which Maritimers are marking milestones a little later this half hour. But before that, Crystal does go to the farm. And this one, it's small, but it is mighty. We're going to bring you Crystal's visit with a maritime couple who opened up their farm to help people who might be going through a tough time. Those details are coming up when Your Morning Atlantic returns.
A beautiful sunny start to your day over in White Point. Welcome back. Time now is 7:43. Currently 7 degrees in your area though, so keep that in mind when heading out. Feeling quite cool right across Atlantic Canada this morning. Temperatures will warm up a little bit later on, but going to remain seasonal. So right now, -2 degrees heading outdoors in Fredericton. A bit warmer starting off your day in Charlottetown and in Sydney with 8 degrees. 4 right now in Halifax with 5 into St. John's, 2 degrees. Heading outdoors in Labrador City. We do have an air quality statement that remains in effect and now extending for Kings and Lunenburg counties. Still seeing a reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke, as well as in frost advisory in effect across Nova Scotia today. So keep that in mind if you do have crops across the region. As of right now, we are going to see a cooler start to the day. Temperatures will warm up a little bit later on, and we do have sunshine extending right across Atlantic Canada in our forecast, but also seeing some precipitation track across the region. Early this morning, we saw a chance of some isolated showers for Cape Breton, Prince Edward Island, as well as parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing some wet weather. But into the afternoon, precipitation clears out. Lots of sunshine remains in our forecast across the region. Still seeing a few showers for parts of Labrador. Taking us into the evening and overnight hours, it remains pretty clear across the region. We are going to see a risk of frost across New Brunswick, across Nova Scotia as well. Taking us into early Friday morning, we are going to see a warm up, lots of sunshine in our forecast, above seasonal daytime highs headed our way. For our rainfall outlook, going to remain quite light, if you were wondering, for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. So for our forecast today for New Brunswick, highs will range from 14 to 16 degrees. Lots of sunshine today, light wind across the province. For Prince Edward Island, a high of 13 degrees. We are going to see lots of sunshine across the island. Showers already clearing out. Wind gusts getting up to 40 kilometers per hour. A breezy day ahead as well for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia. Out of the north, 20 gusting to 40. Showers early in the morning, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud with highs between 14 to 16. For the rest of Nova Scotia, highs between 15 to 16 degrees. Showers early in the morning, didn't really see much, clearing out, leaving sunshine for this part of the province. And for Newfoundland and Labrador, a few showers early in the morning, clearing, leaving sunshine into the afternoon as well. A high of 13 degrees in Labrador City, 8 into St. John's, Newfoundland, seeing sunshine into the afternoon as well. Sunny, dry conditions for much of Atlantic Canada on our forecast for Friday. Definitely seeing temperatures warm up, and then into Saturday, above seasonal daytime highs yet again, another warm up. Lots of sunshine. We do have some isolated showers that will track across parts of the region. That's a look at our weather forecast. We'll throw things over to Crystal.
Not bad work if you can get it. We're here at the beautiful Ataraxie Farm. I'm joined by owners Blair and Kim. This is a relaxing place. Kim, tell us why this farm is so special.
It's special because we built it to save my husband. And now we're able to share it with others to help them get over any traumas or any anxieties that they have.
Yeah, that is one of the dangers, if you will, the risks of the job here. So Blair, that's quite a story. Tell us a bit about how this farm came to be.
So way back in 1993, when I was 21 years old, I went to Bosnia as a peacekeeper. I came back and I was very angry, and I disliked people and I disliked the world. And for almost 20 years, I didn't function well in society. And in 2010, I started volunteering at Hatfield Farms, and I found animals, and I said I want to live the rest of my life with animals, never want to talk to a human being again. 2013, I came here, put the house down, the barn down, cleared all the land myself for almost 9 years, and I started to heal and find peace. And then in 2021, someone asked where they'd take their kids to see farm animals. So I said to my wife, Kim, I'm ready to let people back in my life, but I want to do it in a controlled environment. So whether you come to the farm for mental health or just to visit a farm, you're here in a private tour with who you're comfortable with. And you're not going to be judged, you'll feel safe with the animals. So that's how the whole farm started, and this is part of my healing process, is interacting with human beings again, but I feel safe here with my animals. And the farm's here open to anybody that needs it at any time. It's a safe place for people to come, just to pet a horse, cuddle a goat, whatever you need to do. It just wanted to provide a safe space. It saved my life, and now I'm offering it to others to be a place of refuge and sanctuary for them.
Well, Blair, we really appreciate you hosting us today. This is a real privilege to get to be here. Kim, tell us a little bit about who you got on this farm besides you and Blair.
So we have 7 horses, 3 donkeys, and a mule. We have over 60 chickens now, and the chickens seem to want to lay their own, so that seems to be growing. And unfortunately, that's the hazards of having free-range chickens, is they go find their own little nest, lay their eggs, and next thing you know, you're looking over saying, there's a chicken, and oh my gosh, there's chicks. That happened this past week. And then we have over 70 goats.
Wow, they're awesome. Some of them are alpine goats. Tell us about those, Blair.
There's primarily most of them are alpine. They're my boys. There's 35 boys over there flirting with the girls right now. And there's 40 ladies here on this side. So we're in the rutting season right now, and the boys want to mate with them. And then we also have a few Toggenburgs, and we have a few Nigerian dwarfs, and a couple Boer Nigerian dwarf goats here.
Well, the goats, all the animals are so beautiful, so beautifully cared for. If you want to support the farm, I know that you can make donations, but you sell wonderful products that are made here on the farm.
Yes, so I milk my goats daily, and with the milk, I started off making skincare and hair care products. And just recently, we're still going through the licensing process for human consumption, but in the interim, while we're going through that process, I'm now able to provide pasteurized goat milk and a variety of cheeses for pets.
Pet goat products, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you know that there's, if on our website, we'll put the Ataraxy Farm website, there's a whole section of where you can purchase the farm products and support the farm. If people wanted to visit this amazing place, how do they book a tour, Blair?
They can book directly online to Ataraxy Farm. We have a Facebook page, and you just book directly online, and it's a private 1-hour tour, and it's free of charge for whoever wants to come.
Booking your tour is free of charge, yes.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you so much for letting us visit. I can't wait to go visit some more of the animals here.
Yes, there's lots to visit. We'll show you all around. So.
Beautiful animals there. Thank you, Crystal. To health and medical news now. Before a heart attack, stroke, or other cardiovascular disease hit, there's almost always warning signs. That's according to a new study. It is one of the topics in Your Health. Traditional risk factors for cardiovascular disease include blood pressure levels, blood sugar, cholesterol, and smoking. In more than 99% of cases of cardiovascular disease, heart failure, or stroke, the patient in the study had at least one of the risk factors before the incident happened. Researchers say even mild elevations of those 4 factors can be addressed with lifestyle treatments or medications. The study was published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. Scientists in Oregon have used human skin cells to create fertilizable eggs. The research team removed the nucleus from a human egg cell and replaced it with the nucleus from a human skin cell. It's a step in the quest to develop lab-grown eggs or sperm to one day help people conceive. But the experiment resulted in abnormalities in the chromosomes, meaning it could take a decade of additional research before it could be ready for trials in people.
I think despite that the difficulties now, but science is advancing ahead. We have more and more new technologies available for us to do research, and eventually, I believe, we solve these issues.
The work was published in Nature Communications.
And now we'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones today. It's a 60th anniversary for Buddy and Carolyn Beliveau of Herbert.
It's River Hebert.
Hebert, sorry, Nova Scotia.
Happy anniversary to the Belliveaux. Wonderful, wonderful 60 years married. And it's the 60th anniversary for Paul and Vi de Boover of Douglas Harbor, New Brunswick. We love a then photo, and this one does not disappoint. Vi, your dress and your veil, Chef's kiss.
It's also a 60th anniversary for Jurgen and Carolyn Grigoszewski of Digby, Nova Scotia.
Wonderful photo. I hope we pronounce your names right, yes. But what a special day. 60 years ago, this great photo was taken. Fantastic look. Veil the dress on point again.
Happy anniversary. And to see your milestone again or to find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder, milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance.
Milestones, brought to you by the Berkeley Retirement Residences. Love this stage of life.
All right, well, many communities in Atlantic Canada are getting more and more roundabouts. But do we know actually how to properly navigate them?
Well, we know our friends in Hampton, New Brunswick do.
Yeah.
But a little refresher on the rules never hurt anybody. CTV's Sarah Plowman gives us the go-around on roundabout reminders.
During morning rush hour, there was no trouble at this roundabout. The day before, CTV News captured a near miss. A decade ago, when Fredericton got its first roundabout, a study found some drivers, like the one highlighted here, drove the wrong way, or like this car, stopped in the middle of it.
We're doing better now, but still, you notice a lot of mistakes in everyday roundabout driving that probably don't need to happen.
All right. We hit the road with driving instructor Sean Daly, who pointed out a common mistake is failing to yield to traffic that's already in the roundabout.
Everything's clear.
Clear.
Okay.
So we can go. Another common mistake is switching lanes while inside. It happened right in front of us.
See, there we go. So somebody that doesn't realize that that lane is being lost, and see how he makes the lane change right at the very end.
These intersections are common in Europe, but are on the rise in Canada.
It slows vehicles down that are entering. Vehicles don't need to necessarily stop if there's no other vehicles coming. And a major difference is it's a lot safer and more fuel efficient than signalized intersections.
Police say most people in Fredericton have learned to navigate them.
It's a small margin of the population that there might be some confusion or improper use.
Drivers have witnessed it.
I've seen some people stop actually in the middle of a roundabout.
Darlene Argue lives 2 hours away. To her, they're still not familiar.
Today's the first time I probably have not been nervous going around one.
Others are all for them.
I've enjoyed having those as an addition to our city.
Daly says overall he'd grade drivers in this city with a B or a B+, noting there's been huge improvement, but there's still room for more. He also says drivers should signal when leaving a roundabout, something a lot of drivers don't do. St. John, New Brunswick is set to get its first roundabout this fall. Another city having to adjust. Sarah Plowman, CTV News, Fredericton.
I don't want it.
My blood pressure is heightened just watching that. I find them very stressful.
Oh my goodness, every time I enter a roundabout, anxiety. There's a new one, oh my goodness, close to Damascus Road.
Okay.
That they put up. I detest this roundabout. It is so chaotic.
For me, it's the Armdale roundabout, the classic.
Yeah.
Literally, my kids know, everyone they stop talking, the radio goes off. When I get through it, we all cheer.
My family
literally every time
breaks out into argument, no, this one, this way, this way.
Super stressful. But you know what? We got to get used to it because they're coming and apparently there are benefits. So thank you, Sarah, for that primer. I actually learned something there.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been doing things wrong.
It's true. But not with the weather. You're doing a great job of letting us know what's going on with the weather.
Oh, you're sweet. We're taking a look at New Brunswick. Lots of sunshine across the province, although cooler today. High of 16 degrees. Warming up on Friday. Lots of sunshine with a high of 20, 22 degrees on Saturday. We do have sunshine in the forecast yet again, but isolated showers tracking across the northern region. For Nova Scotia today, isolated showers early this morning, already clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 15, 20 degrees on Friday, and seeing sunshine return in our forecast yet again for Saturday, but we do have evening showers returning for Cape Breton. For Prince Edward Island today, isolated showers early in the morning, clearing, leaving sunshine with a high of 13, 20 degrees on Friday with sunny skies across the island. On Saturday, isolated showers into the afternoon.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
It's Thursday, October 2nd. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, Nova Scotia has extended its wildfire season through to the end of October as the Lake George wildfire remains out of control. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And still to come this morning, want to upgrade your wardrobe? Well, October is here, and our partner Natalie Sexton will share some of her style inspiration ideas just ahead on Your Morning Atlantic.
Round and round we go. The last hour of Your Morning Atlantic on this Thursday. If you're just tuning in, we just recently aired a report from Sarah Plowman in Fredericton talking about roundabouts, getting used to the rules. We're still discussing it. During the commercial break, I was off working on some other items when you two were discussing it. I like a good roundabout. I feel so good and smooth when I'm going through.
There's a time and place for them.
There's a time and place for them.
For sure.
Never.
Oh, no,
I love the Armdale roundabout. I don't like, now I can navigate it. But I'm from a city where we have like one roundabout. Like, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
From where I'm from. So when I got here, I was like, woo! Like, where do I go?
Yeah.
It's so confusing.
I've learned, like, the stress is not as bad as it once was. Like, you learn, you live and you learn. But yeah.
But when a new one pops up,
you gotta
throws you off.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. When you do, when it's not, the traffic's light and you kind of go through it, you do feel very smooth.
I do. Just like, especially when you're going right through, oh, no traffic. Oh, no traffic. Turn, turn. We were saying that there's a couple near the new exit between Bedford and Lower Sackville. I love them.
No, I don't like
Glendale.
You take the wrong turn, you're going all the way down to Burnside, and you have to get off there and go all the way back down the new highway. No.
Just don't make a mistake.
This one is a very confident, comfortable driver.
Get out of here.
I do like driving with Amanda.
Oh, thank you.
She's pretty smooth.
Thank you.
Okay, weather-wise, it's throw on a coat morning for sure.
Absolutely, it is feeling quite crisp this morning. As you can see from our live eye in Fredericton, beautiful sunny start to your day though, but only -2 degrees heading outdoors in Fredericton right now. So don't let that sunshine fool you. Early this morning, it's feeling cool across much of Atlantic Canada as of right now. 4 degrees in Halifax and St. John's, 8 degrees in Charlottetown and Sydney, 2 degrees in Labrador City. We do have an air quality statement that remains in effect for Kings and Lunenburg counties, as well as a frost advisory in effect for Nova Scotia early Friday morning. In terms of our satellite and radar, we are going to see lots of sunshine right across the region. We do have a bit of precipitation tracking across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador today. But because of the sunshine, still taking a look at the UV index, it remains moderate to high throughout your day today for the Maritimes. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, tracking low to moderate throughout your day. It's going to also be a breezy day ahead for the Maritime region. As of right now, 37 kilometers per hour for sustained wind in Canso, 31 in North Cape, and 17 in Sydney. No wind gusts at this time. And we'll have another look at your weather forecast just ahead. But first, a look at your local news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. In Nova Scotia, more people have been forced to flee their homes as the wildfire near Aylesford continues to grow. The Lake George wildfire in Kings County has grown to 290 hectares and is considered out of control. Officials with DNR said Tuesday they suspect the fire was caused by human activity. One evacuee says he's frustrated that the province lifted the ban on traveling in the forests while the area is still dry.
These woods in Kings County, should not have been open. And I'm bitter. Yes, I'm bitter and I'm tense because everything I own is right next to the fire.
A local community center in New Minas is open 24/7 for anyone forced to leave their homes. So far, no buildings have been destroyed. Nova Scotia has extended its wildfire season until the end of October. The extension means daily burn restrictions will remain in place across the province through the end of the month, and a total burn ban remains in place in Annapolis County. In New Brunswick, a fire in River Glade just outside of Moncton is now being investigated as suspicious. A barn went up in flames Sunday on Homestead Road. It's been determined the fire was deliberately set. No one was hurt. Several fire departments responded to the blaze. RCMP say this is not the first fire reported in the area. They're asking anyone with video or information to reach out to investigators. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston is in Ottawa today to meet with Prime Minister Mark Carney to discuss energy security and the economic benefits of Nova Scotia's Wind West project. Houston's office issued a statement yesterday highlighting the Wind West mega project and touting its potential to make Nova Scotia a clean energy superpower. Carney's Liberal government recently identified Wind West in a recent nation-building strategy that said the proposal needs more work. NB Power customers could soon pay nearly 5% more for electricity if a rate hike is approved. The utility has applied for the April 1st increase, arguing it needs the money to deal with aging infrastructure and growing debt, which sits at $5.6 billion.
I know that some of our customers will struggle with this rate increase or any rate increase, but we are at a place where in order to continue to provide secure, safe, reliable electricity for New Brunswickers now and into the future, we need to deal with the infrastructure deficit that we have.
Green Party leader David Kuhn said these hikes are driven by Point Lepreau and that the Premier is going to have to prepare for more energy efficiency programs. The province's energy minister didn't offer comment on the rate proposal, only that he will be following what comes next, which is an Energy and Utilities Board hearing on the application. A bar fight in Halifax over the weekend has caught the attention of Hollywood celebrity media giant TMZ. Here's one of the punches that were thrown, which kicked off the physical altercation. It happened at the Pint on Argyle Street and involved security for an artist who performed at the Magnetic World Music Festival over the weekend. The kid Leroy from Australia made an appearance with his team when fists started flying. The young men, who each took some blows, tell CTV News it all started after one of them put a cell phone up in the air to take a photo of the Aussie star. Adding to the confusion, the 22-year-olds are off-duty security guards themselves who work at the establishment. CTV News made numerous inquiries to the Kid Leroy's agent, and we are still waiting for a response. It was an important evening for sports fans in one part of the HRM last night. The 2025 induction ceremony for the Sackville Sports Hall of Fame took place last evening. Inductees this year were Steve Bauer for basketball and Steve Brown for lacrosse.
We're a volunteer group, and we've learned so much about our community, about the people that come from here that have been to the Olympics, world champions, Pan American champions, all kinds of individuals, and we want the young people to know the story. Steve Brown has been involved in the lacrosse world here in Nova Scotia and internationally for years. He's developed pretty well lacrosse in Nova Scotia. He's in the Canadian Lacrosse Hall of Fame. Steve Bauer is with Basketball Canada, went to Sackville High, coached at Acadia. He's now coaching our women's Olympic team. He's been to 3 Olympics. Both great builders, great young men. Well, younger than me anyway.
Lots of smiles there last night, too, and a big congratulations to all the inductees. Finally, the PEI government has unveiled a new specialty license plate that pays tribute to the Mi'kmaq and their contributions to the island. Here's what it looks like. The new design features a symbol that means the people in the Mi'kmaq language. The announcement was made yesterday, which was, of course, Treaty Day. And the new specialty license plate will be available October 15th and will cost an extra $10. So it will be available in a few weeks' time. But that is an option if you're a driver on the island.
Yeah, it's a wonderful new initiative.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go on a trip right now, ladies. Free one
Free
right
trip.
now. All of us are invited to New Zealand.
Okay.
Where the people have spoken and the bird of the year has been chosen.
Oh.
Bird of the Year has been somewhat of a sort of New Zealand cult phenomenon for 20 years now. So it is a poll, if you like an election, that New Zealanders get very excited about, and they get to pick their favourite bird for the year.
And this is the winner, the New Zealand falcon, or the karearea. Now, experts say the New Zealand falcon is an elusive and mysterious bird who's captured the Kiwi imagination. For the past 20 years, New Zealanders have gone cuckoo, as you can see, over Bird of the Year. The competition is a huge crowd favorite. People really get into it. But the karearea is this year's. There we go. Wow. I wish we had Bird of the Year now.
Yeah, same.
That's like a lot of fun.
I know, especially with the costumes and everything.
You know what? There's nothing. We can start that. Your Morning Atlantic Bird of the Year.
Send us your submission.
Exactly. We just behind the scenes, we're going to get that going.
Yeah,
I want an excuse to prance around in a bird costume, just like that person.
I want an excuse to see you prance around in a bird costume like that.
Oh my God.
Great. Okay, still ahead on the show, lots more to come. We're going to sit down with local author Leslie Crew. She's got a new book out, and it is perfect for the fall season 2. That's coming up. Also ahead, cozy clothing options. Our partner and fashion expert, Natalie Sexton, will share some stylish looks that won't break the bank. That's coming up after a look at your local forecast and national news.
Beautiful sunny start to your day over in Brookvale. Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:13. Only 1 degree over in your area, so it is quite cool starting off the day. Layer up before heading out. It is definitely sweater weather. We are going to see temperatures rise a little bit later on, but as of right now, dealing with a brisk start to the day. As of right now, -1 heading outdoors in Fredericton, 6 degrees in Halifax, 9 starting off your day in Charlottetown and Sydney, 4 into St. John's. We do still have an air quality statement that remains in effect, now extending for Kings and Lunenburg counties, seeing that reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke, as well as a frost advisory in effect right across Nova Scotia for early Friday morning. Over to our forecast timeline. We are seeing sunshine early this morning for much of Atlantic Canada, but we do have precipitation remaining in our forecast as well. A few showers starting off the day for parts of Newfoundland and then into Labrador. We are going to see an increasing chance of some showers moving through that province. For Nova Scotia, though, into the evening hours, we're going to see that risk of frost as well as across parts of New Brunswick. Really cooling down into the overnight lows for tonight, and then early Friday morning, pretty clear skies remain, sunny, dry conditions for much of the region yet again. But if you're wondering about precipitation for Newfoundland and Labrador, not going to see much precipitation over there. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, sunshine across the province today and light wind. Highs today will range from 14 to 16 degrees, and Prince Edward Island looking at a high of 13. Some showers early in the morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Wind picking up out of the north, 20 gusting to 40. And then for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, highs between 14 to 16 degrees, being the warmest into Truro and Sheet Harbour. Looking at some isolated showers starting off the day, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Same thing goes for the rest of Nova Scotia. Mainland Nova Scotia, isolated showers early in the morning. We didn't really see that, but that will clear out if you do get precipitation, leaving lots of sunshine. For Newfoundland and Labrador, showers starting off your day, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon with a high of 13. 8 degrees for St. John's, seeing a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon as well. Friday's forecast, since we're under this ridge of high pressure, going to warm up above seasonal daytime highs, sunny, dry conditions for much of the region. And then into our forecast for Saturday, sunshine remains, increasing cloudiness into later Saturday morning. We're going to see a chance of isolated showers returning for parts of Cape Breton, Prince Edward Island, and the northern region of New Brunswick, as well as Newfoundland. That's a look at your weather forecast on this Thursday. We'll throw things over to Amanda for your national, international news headlines.
Thank you so much, Latavia. Time is 8:16. Jane Goodall, the famed primatologist, anthropologist, and conservationist, has died. The Jane Goodall Institute confirmed her death on Instagram, saying Goodall died of natural causes.
How hopeful are you that humanity will take action collectively and move swiftly enough to save the planet?
That's why I'm still aged 89, traveling the world 300 days a year. Which is very exhausting, but after people come to my lecture, they so often come up to me and say, you know, I'd given up, but now I promise I'll do my bit.
The iconic chimpanzee researcher sat down with her own Crystal Garrett in May of 2023 while visiting Halifax for a speaking engagement, something she did not stop doing. Goodall died of natural causes while in California on a speaking tour of the United States. She was 91 years old. One man is dead and 2 others injured after a daylight shooting at a coffee shop in Laval, Quebec. Provincial police say the man killed was in his 40s and the other victims are expected to survive. Quebec's public security minister says organized crime is believed to be behind the attack. Laval's police chief says officers have confirmed the victim was known to police. Police say no arrests have been made at this time. South of the border, the U.S. federal government has been thrown into a shutdown with no easy end or new talks in sight. Democrats have been holding firm to their demands to salvage health care subsidies that President Donald Trump and Republicans in Congress have refused to negotiate into a continuing spending bill. Democrats warn that if those subsidies expire, insurance premiums will surge for millions of Americans. The White House has threatened mass layoffs of federal workers in a matter of days. That is a look at international news. A quick break, but when we return, fall fashion with Natalie Sexton. That's coming up on Your Morning Atlantic.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Here's your reminder. We are giving away $20,000 and it's time for today's code word. Code word for today is holiday. Head to the contest page on ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter holiday along with your information for a chance to win Your Morning Atlantic's $20,000 giveaway. Make sure to watch us tomorrow for a brand new code word. All right, now we're going to throw things over to Crystal and Natalie.
Now that fall is officially here, it's a fun time to update our wardrobe with cozier clothes. Here with some style inspiration that won't break the bank is our partner and fashion contributor, Natalie Sexton. Good morning, Natalie.
Hello.
Having you in Halifax is a joy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I'm bringing you I would say my favorite style season, all of the fall goodness today.
Me too.
Is it your favorite too?
Oh, it's my super favorite. Okay, well, let's see what you got.
Let's jump right in. First up, I went to Marshall's, one of my favorite spots. It's sort of like a fun treasure hunt. I always find great price points and then lots of really fun trends. So two things I want to talk about from Marshall's. First up is denim. So denim on denim is definitely having a moment this fall, the Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah, we love it.
One thing I want you to look for maybe to update your denim is a shacket. So like an oversized denim that you can do over your sort. Yes, please.
Can you go stick that on the table with your,
absolutely
your other
can.
stuff?
So the idea with a shacket is that we want to be able to layer with it. So it's going to be a lighter weight piece of denim, right? Do you want to try it on?
Yeah, I'm going to pop it over the
Please do.
So this is like fancy for the studio, but now we're going out apple picking.
That's right. We are
heading out. Changed my shoes.
Heading out for the weekend, right? We throw on a great pair of boots. Like, look at it. Just adds instant cool.
Totally.
It's giving like Hailey Bieber street style. Yes. Absolutely.
And it's an easy thing to wear.
Easy peasy. And I like doing this in like more of a medium to a darker wash. I think just seasonably it'll mix and match better with your pieces. Then also some patterns. So at Marshall's again, I found some really cool stripes. We're seeing these like rugby shirts having a big moment right now.
Love the colors.
And one thing I really needed to show you to talk pattern is cow print. So the internet is divided on cow print right now, whether we love it or hate it. I love it. I think it's fun. My tip would be to buy something like this in more of a classic silhouette. So the slip skirt, but doing it in a really bold print like this, I think makes it a little bit more wearable.
Totally.
And we can mix and match our prints. Like I'm doing a leopard belt today with polka dot skirt from Marshall's.
I could wear that with this.
You can do this with your leopard shoes.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to have some fun. You just want to kind of stay in the same color family when you are mixing and matching prints. Okay, let's talk knits, and you're doing a beautiful
Thank you. I knew you were coming.
I love this outfit. And monochromatic too. You've just like checklist for me here. So here's some really great separates from Giant Tiger. This is their Lily Morgan collection. So this entire look, we're doing the knit cami. We've got the cardigan, and then I love this long knit skirt, the pencil skirt.
So nice.
Entire look under $75.
That's amazing.
Right?
It's a real mix and match.
Isn't this fun?
Yeah, and if you had a pair of jeans or black pants or wow.
This is a really easy way to build a capsule wardrobe for fall, right? And having those great pieces. Now, we can't have these great pieces though without having incredible shapewear underneath. Like as a stylist, this is something that I'm always reiterating to clients. We want to have great shapewear to have a great silhouette. So I'm sharing some really awesome pieces from Shapermint. You'll find them at shapermint.com. First up, I love their Shaper shorts. So they're high-waisted. They've got, if you feel inside here, they've got like these little silicone pieces.
It grips, so it's not going to roll down.
That's right, so it stays in place, but it's still super comfy. I also love their high-waisted shaping leggings. Like, these are perfect, so they're moisture wicking, they're comfy, they're really going to move with you, but that's where we could layer something like maybe more of a fitted knit over top, right? And we're not going to get any of those lumps. We're going to have a nice, smooth beautiful silhouette. Their wireless Contour Sweetheart bra, one of my absolute favorites, super comfy. I can swap out with you here. And their bodysuits. I'm a bodysuit gal. They're one of my favorite pieces from them. I love their long sleeve scoop neck. Again, like great mix and match pieces for under and for your base of outfits too.
Great, and I love that you are wearing the tank right now, so you can wear it as outerwear
all day,
too.
everyday tank right
Oh my gosh,
now.
Natalie, our time is flying by. We're pretty much out of time, but I know you brought some fabulous footwear and accessories.
Yes, Baffin boots, one of my absolute favorites. They're from Hamilton. Actually, you'll find them at baffin.com.
Come on.
They're from Hamilton, so like my hometown here. This is their Allura mid boot. They've just put out a new colorway in that beautiful aqua blue, so waterproof. We're going to take you like from your weekdays to weekends for hiking, apple picking, all that fun stuff. And their newest, I'll let you feel these because they not so light.
They look like they'd be heavy. They're light as a feather.
That platform sole, like we're getting style, but we're also getting function here. So waterproof, comfy, and like this sock boot style, so good with your leggings and your sweater, and you're just ready for fall.
We're ready for fall, Natalie. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Now we're going to take a look at our 3-day forecast. Lots of sunshine across New Brunswick, although cooler today. Remaining seasonal at 16 degrees, 20 degrees on Friday, so definitely seeing that warm up. Sunshine sticking around on Saturday for much of the province. We do have a chance of isolated showers returning to the north. Nova Scotia is looking at a high of 15 degrees today. Isolated showers early in the morning, already clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. For Friday's forecast, sunshine, a high of 20, 21 on Saturday, looking at evening showers for Cape Breton. For Prince Edward Island, a high of 13 degrees today. Isolated showers early in the morning. Sunshine across the island today. Extending in our forecast for Friday, sunny skies with a high of 20, 19 on Saturday. Isolated showers expected into the afternoon. We want to know if you're loving the fall season. Send us photos. Let us know what you're reading right now. You can email us at yourmorningatlantic.ca or you can text us at 10400. Remember that standard messaging and data rates apply. We'd love to hear from you, though.
Coming up this half hour, the spirit of scattery. Bestselling author Leslie Crew joins us to tell us about her latest release that has history, love, and ghosts. It's all wrapped up in one. She's joining us in 15 minutes here on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:30. Last half hour of the show.
Yeah.
Flying by.
It's the day's flying by. So excited to chat with Leslie Crew. My goodness, that woman produces. She's a book after book after book, and every one is a hit.
Busy.
Yeah.
Quality books. I mean, more than a dozen books that she's sold. Bestseller list. This one's doing really well. Has that good fall vibe.
Oh, love it.
Well, if you haven't heard of Leslie's books before, I mean, she's based out of Nova Scotia. The Spoon Stealers, probably one of her most popular books, but I mean, it's hard to narrow down because she's such a well-known author around here.
Well, the spirit of scattery is kind of got a ghost thing going on. I'm very intrigued.
Told by a ghost.
I know that's your thing.
Ooh. You know what's funny? I never read horror or spooky tales. Never.
How come?
Besides Goosebumps growing up, right? But I don't know. I'm always into like the romance and stuff like that. But last year, when I was on my postpartum leave, I remember I was telling Amanda, I was like, I'm going to read a spooky story for the first time.
And did you?
Yeah, I did. It didn't go well. But
I know.
I think it was just the wrong choice, but I'm down to do it again.
This one has love in it, so I think this might be the one for you.
Right up my alley.
I do know the book you were reading last year, and I also did not finish it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Leslie Crew book. Let's just say that.
No, absolutely not.
It wasn't even a local author or two, so.
No. All right.
That's neither here nor there.
No, it's
We're going
not.
to talk about the cool temperatures we're seeing early this morning across the region. Although a beautiful start to your day.
Love that train station in McAdam.
That's
so fun. It's beautiful.
Looks really cool. And that sunshine really lighting up the fall foliage, which is so beautiful to see around the region. As of right now, though, cold. So make sure to layer up before heading outdoors. Right now, it is -1 in Fredericton, 9 degrees in Charlottetown and Sydney, so a bit warmer starting off your day, 6 degrees in Halifax, 4 in St. John's. We do have an air quality statement in effect for Kings and Lunenburg counties, as well as a frost advisory stretching right across Nova Scotia for early Friday morning. A bit of precipitation for parts of Atlantic Canada early this morning. Will be clearing out, leaving lots of sunshine into the afternoon as well. Because of that, still talking about the UV index tracking moderate to high across the maritime region, low to moderate for both Newfoundland and Labrador. In terms of the wind, it's going to be a breezy day ahead for the Maritimes. Out in the north, yet again today, 37 kilometers per hour in Canso, 30 into North Cape, 17 in Sydney. One wind gust to notify you of getting up to 48 in Canso right now. I'll have one last look at your long-range forecast, but first, a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. In Nova Scotia, more people have been forced to flee their homes as the wildfire near Aylesford continues to grow. The Lake George wildfire in Kings County has grown to 290 hectares and is considered out of control. Officials with DNR said Tuesday they suspect the fire was caused by human activity. One evacuee says he is frustrated that the province lifted the ban on traveling in the woods while the area is still dry.
These woods in Kings County, should not have been open. And I'm bitter. Yes, I'm bitter and I'm tense because everything I own is right next to the fire.
A local community center in New Minas is open 24/7 for anyone forced to leave their homes. So far, no buildings have been destroyed. Nova Scotia has extended its wildfire season until the end of the month. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston is in Ottawa today to meet with Prime Minister Mark Carney to discuss energy security and the economic benefits of Nova Scotia's Wind West project. Houston's office issued a statement yesterday highlighting the Wind West mega project and touting its potential to make Nova Scotia a clean energy superpower. Carney's Liberal government recently identified Wind West in a recent nation-building strategy that said the proposal needs more work. NB Power customers could soon pay nearly 5% more for electricity if a rate hike is approved. The utility has applied for the April 1st increase, arguing it needs the money to deal with aging infrastructure and a growing debt, which sits at $5.6 billion.
I know that some of our customers will struggle with this rate increase or any rate increase, but we are at a place where in order to continue to provide secure, safe, reliable electricity for New Brunswickers now and into the future, we need to deal with the infrastructure deficit that we have.
Green Party leader David Coon said these hikes are driven by Point Lepreau and that the Premier is going to have to prepare for more energy efficiency programs. The province's energy minister did not offer comment on the rate proposal, only that he will be following what comes next, which is an Energy and Utilities Board hearing on the application. The Canada Post strike, now entering its second week, has Canadians once again scrambling to figure out how to pay bills, get invoices, and government checks. Charities are especially concerned. Many of them depend heavily on donations, especially at this time of year.
Kind of came out of the blue, this strike, and we sort of have been working on plans for our year-end mailing. It's the time of year that a lot of donors give.
And those people that are affected by this, they need to put the pressure on their MPs and the corporation.
In a letter to Canadians Wednesday afternoon, the president of the corporation said the post office's annual billion-dollar losses are simply not sustainable, and it will have to be leaner going forward. In New Brunswick, a grocery store in Petitcodiac is coming to the rescue of a competitor. The grocer is delivering food orders to seniors in Salisbury after that town's only grocery store burned down. In the end, people in the community say they are not surprised that a helping hand is coming out.
Small towns, everybody knows everybody, so we all try to help each other out.
I think that's typical of Petitcodiac, just like Salisbury helped Petitcodiac when they had their fire. It's what we communities do back and forth, the two of us. We share here.
Staff at the Petitcodiac store will take orders from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily over the phone. Finally, now to a special moment on the green this New Brunswick father and son won't soon forget.
Yes! Yes! Oh! No, it didn't! No, it didn't! No, it didn't!
Yes, it did. 14-year-old Jax was golfing with his dad, Derek, when he got his first hole-in-one at New Brunswick's Hillsborough Golf Club. This happened on Tuesday. Dad shared the video with us and says it was an unreal feeling and that, as you can hear, he may have been way more excited than Jax when it happened. Look at that kid fly.
I know, Jax is pretty excited.
I know. They're saying it's a special moment.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
A memory of a lifetime.
Oh wow, I love this.
Joy. Just like watch this kid doing. Goes down on the ground too. Can't believe this happened.
Awesome. Great golf course too.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Hillsborough. Oh.
That is amazing.
Can you even imagine? Some people play golf their whole life.
Yep.
Most
Hoping
never get a
for
hole in golf their whole life
something.
and never see that.
Never
Most
see that
people.
happen. So
Amazing.
it's just gorgeous. And you know what's gorgeous too? Just like the fall colors there in the background at that golf course. I mean, what a time of year to go golfing.
So nice. Okay, guess what? Exactly 1 month left of daylight saving time.
Yeah.
That's it. Make the most of it. Clock's going to fall back this year on November 2nd, which means you'll have an hour of sleep extra, but the days will start feeling shorter because of the lack of daylight. There's actually calls on both sides of the border to make daylight saving time permanent. We've heard these stories before. Nothing's been done most recently. But you know what? There's your reminder. So on November 2nd, fall back with the clocks.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Adjust my alarms.
In 30 days.
All the alarms.
31 days, because October has 31.
Yeah, this is true, true. Special shout out to the people who never change the alarms in their car or like on the motorway. You all know someone.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it can't be a real pain to do that. That's for ding dang sure.
Yeah. It's a lot of clocks. We're going to talk about your community calendar now and events taking place in our region. If you're looking for something to do this upcoming weekend in St. John, why not check out Jason Cyrus's live Beyond Limits show. You will be mesmerized by the high-energy hypnosis show. Sounds cool.
It does.
The show takes place Saturday, October 4th at the Imperial Theater. To learn more, head over to their website. And there will be a free barbecue and food drive fundraiser taking place in Charlottetown this weekend. On Saturday, October 3rd, you can come out to K's Wholesale, and they will be also accepting food donations for the Upper Room Food Bank. To learn more on how to donate, head over to their Facebook page. And step into the time warp this October at Al Whittle Theater in Wolfville. The cult classic rock and roll musical, The Rocky Horror Show, will kick off today and runs until October 18th. It's a very immersive show and promises high energy, great music, and a wonderful cast. To learn more, head over to their Facebook page as well. And if you do have an upcoming event in our neck of the woods, please send us the details, Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca.
Thank you so much, Latavia. And still ahead on this show, The Spirit of Scattery. Bestselling author Leslie Crew is going to join us to talk about her new book that is perfect for those crisp fall days. That conversation coming up after Latavia's last look at the forecast on your Thursday morning.
Beautiful start to the day over in Tangier. Welcome back. Time now 8:43. Taking a live look at Tangier. 7 degrees starting off the day and sunshine sticking around throughout the day today. So it is a cool start to the day. Keep that in mind when heading out this morning. Temperatures slowly rising, but as of right now, still quite cold. -1 in Fredericton. 9 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown and Sydney. 6 in Halifax. 2 degrees over in Labrador City and 4 into St. John's. We do have an air quality statement in effect for Kings and Lunenburg County, seeing a reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke, as well as a frost advisory right across Nova Scotia for early Friday morning. Lots of sunshine in our forecast, although quite cool. Starting off your day, we are going to see temperatures for our daytime highs remain seasonable. It's going to be quite cool as we enter into the evening and overnight hours yet again. A risk of frost for New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Taking us into early Friday morning, we do have another sunny, dry day ahead. Under this ridge of high pressure, temperatures will warm up Friday into Saturday as well. If you're wondering about the precipitation for Newfoundland and Labrador, not really seeing totals remaining quite light. So for forecast today for New Brunswick, lots of sunshine across the province today. Highs will range from 14 to 16 degrees, light wind as well. And then for Prince Edward Island, a high of 13 degrees. Saw showers early in the morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. We're going to see lots of sunshine into the afternoon for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia as well. Highs between 14 to 16 degrees. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, lots of sunshine as well for you today. 15 to 16 as your daytime highs. 13 degrees for Labrador City, seeing showers early in the morning, clearing into the afternoon, leaving sunshine. 8 degrees for St. John's. Same thing applies. Precipitation early in the morning, a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon. Friday's forecast, sunny and dry yet again. seeing the temperatures really warm up yet again above seasonal for our daytime highs. And then into our forecast for Saturday, much of the same. We will be seeing lots of sunshine, increasing cloudiness as we enter into the afternoon, with a chance of isolated showers returning for parts of Cape Breton, Prince Edward Island, the northern region of New Brunswick, and Newfoundland. That's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to Crystal.
Thanks so much, Atavia. 8:45 now, and an exciting conversation to come. Nova Scotia-based best-selling author Leslie Carew is back with a new book. The Spirit of Scattery is a historical fiction set on a remote Scattery Island just off the coast of Cape Breton. It follows 3 friends born and raised on the island, and the story itself is told by a ghost. So it's part ghost story, part romance, and part history. Leslie Carew joins us in the studio once again, and we are thrilled to have her here. Leslie, good morning.
Good morning.
We love having you in.
Thank you.
And congratulations on this book. It's already a huge hit.
Yes, it's already been reordered.
Number 2 on the Canadian bestseller list.
And number 8 on the complete,
best of the world.
Yeah, like Dan Brown is first, and I'm 8th.
Yeah, I know. Well, watch out, Dan. Leslie's coming. All right, let's talk about The Spirit of Scattery. I know this book has special meaning for you. Let's talk about why you chose a location and decided to delve so deep into the research.
Well, I've been looking at this island for, my whole life, and I've heard stories about it. Everybody in our area, would talk about it and tell about the ghost stories and the fishermen, and I just thought, wow, what a setting for, people love lighthouses, they love islands, they love a ghost story, they love a romance. And I just thought, I've heard it all. I've heard about Scattery history and books. And I wanted to tell a story of the people who actually lived there and how difficult it was. And how when they had to leave, they really were bereft when they left that island, because they were one. They were all, the families were all together. And like they said, they had no money, but everybody was in the same boat.
Yeah.
So they didn't realize it.
You researched for a long time. You researched hard and deep for this story. Was there anything interesting when you were doing your research that you uncovered that kind of surprised you?
Well, I didn't realize so many people died, on that island from their shipwrecks.
Yeah.
I mean, 1,000 people in 3 wrecks alone at one point. So I didn't know that history.
Yeah.
Or then when the fishermen would go out, they would retrieve bodies. I mean, this has been going on. I can tell you what happened in 1730.
Yeah.
But I didn't put any of that in. But this is why I decided to put this ghost, the spirit, as telling it, because really Scattery does belong to the living and the dead.
Well, that is a really, I think, an exciting, I got goosebumps, exciting twist. That the spirit is the one telling this story. That's a neat, device for this book.
Yes, because she knows what happened there. I had so much information about what happened on this island, and I thought maybe if I do it this way, and she can be telling people about these 3 children that were born on Christmas Day, and how they were, connected their whole lives. And yeah, it's a nice story.
I can't wait to read it. I haven't read it yet, but it looks great. I love the cover art. I love everything about it, and it seems like it's going to be my favorite Leslie Carew book yet. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on with you, though. I know it's been a rough year health-wise, and it's impacting your ability to type, you were saying.
Yes, I couldn't type for a long time, and at one point I had to come down to Halifax to edit the book because I couldn't. When you edit a book, she gives you things and then you have to type back, and I couldn't do that, so we did it by hand, page by page.
Well, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes, but so it was, it was a long, arduous journey, and I got a pinched neck and my nerve from typing, so much. But anyway, so yeah, it's been crazy.
Well, I know you have a lot of fans out there. A lot of people can relate to having some health issues that slow you down a little bit. And I know this is just going to be a temporary setback, but you are still planning to connect with people with a bit of a tour. Is that still going to happen?
Yes, unless I collapse.
Well, I bet that meeting people, though, that keeps you going. It gives you the strength to carry on.
It's lovely. Last night I met a woman her relatives were born in Scattery. She showed me pictures.
Wow.
And it looked just like the characters that it was just wonderful.
That must have been rewarding.
And she thanked me. You know, they were thanking me for recognizing the people that lived there. Because, you know, everybody talks about the fishermen and whatever, but I wanted to talk about the women, the children, you know, and how they survived on an island with no electricity, no running water, no phone, you know, and if the ice came in, they were stranded.
Well, this is why we love historical fiction. This is why we can't wait to read your book.
Yes.
Well, Leslie, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And we put Leslie's website on ours so you can find out when she's going to be in your area, when you can meet her, and of course, how you can get the book. We'll take a little break and be right back to wrap up the show right after this.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. Thanks so much for sticking around with us for this Thursday morning. Lovely having Leslie Crew in. She's such a beloved maritime author, and that new book sounds fantastic.
Oh, yeah. She's really proud of it, and she should be. I'm excited to dig into that one. Great story.
Like right now for the fall,
perfect.
Right?
Absolutely perfect.
Cozying up under the covers. You got a cup of tea. You have the beautiful fall leaves behind you. One of the best things about the season, and that was our question that we asked today for a Move Morning Chat. We were asking, what do you love about fall?
Yes.
What do you love most about the season?
Started. It's my favorite
Let's get started. This is a response coming from Millie, who sent us a text. My favorite thing about fall is curling up with a warm fire and a cup of tea, Thanksgiving with family,
yes,
and of course, Halloween. Millie, you're just getting started.
Oh, yeah. I love Thanksgiving too, Millie. It's so fun.
Oh, yeah.
Planning underway right now. Karen says, my favorite things about fall are colors, of course, decorating, and cooking comfort food, like more soups, stews, chicken pot pie, and cookies. Karen, I am with you there.
Yes,
me too.
Smell it now. Okay, lots of people loving the fall colors. So Cindy from Cape Breton says, I love the fall colors, not the cold, but the cooler weather.
Yes,
I agree.
Cindy.
Yes.
Cooler. That's the
cooler.
Yeah.
Wear a sweater. You're comfortable, but not
little
cold.
coat. Yeah.
And not cold. We don't want the gloves just yet.
No. Yeah. Well, or just a pair of mitts just to take the edge off, but like where you don't really need them.
It's not like I want to go inside.
Yeah.
Monica also says, my favorite thing about fall is the beautiful fall colors everywhere. We're starting to get some text of photos. I'm hoping to share them tomorrow.
Yay!
But also, I have a surprise for you. Finally, Linda says, I love the beautifully colored leaves, especially traveling to Marguerite, Cape Breton. When driving through that area, I feel like I'm wrapped in colored leaves. I enjoy fall temperatures as well.
Yes.
Bonus to Linda. She sent us a stunning photo from Mark.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Linda, I could see where you're coming from. I was going to say I really love this. I need to see this, but over a little bit further, go over by near Bedeck, kind of where the Gaelic College is. There's a beautiful valley there, and the Cape Breton Writers Festival's this weekend. It's gorgeous.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's a nice spot too.
Does it look like that right now?
Yeah, she just took this photo in the past week, she said.
What?
Oh, okay, well, we need to head that. It was great. Celtic colors is going to be
That's blowing my mind.
Yeah,
I know.
Incredible.
It's beautiful all the time, but in fall, wow, she really wears a pretty dress.
And driving through the Cabot Trail this time of year.
It's gorgeous.
Go down there, man.
Stunning.
You should.
Pro tip, be the passenger in the car.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not driving that.
Yes.
No.
Okay, I'm going to share a couple things that I just thought of I love about fall. For people who run, if you know, you know. Long sleeve and shorts for running. Yeah, exactly.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss, yeah.
Right? Because running in the summer, that's when my running
goes down. When you're running, it's way easier because it's crisper. I don't know.
Yeah. Thinking of the people who work outside too.
Yes.
Right? It's got to be a lot more comfortable if you work outside and more chill. Speaking of the fall season, we hope you join us tomorrow because Crystal's going to go to Albany Landing in Dartmouth to get a preview of the Blue Nose Ghost Festival.
So excited about that, yeah. And we're going to be talking about some more wonderful fall stuff. One at a time. They're pulling the big hook out, so there we go. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy this gorgeous fall day, and we'll see you tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Bye.